Hi everyone, today we are gonna learn about the different product rule of exponent. First, let's review what is an exponent. If we have the base a is raised to the power of n is equal to the multiplication of a n times, that is a to the power of n is equal to a times a times a up to n times. The a is the base and n is what we call the exponent. Let's have an examples. 3 to the power of 1 is equal to 3. 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 3 times 3, that is 9. And 3 to the power of 3, that is 27. 3 to the power of 4 is 81. And 3 to the power of 5, that is 243. That means that the exponent indicates how many times we multiply the base by itself. If we are given 3 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5, that will result to 3 times 3 times 3, that is 4 factors. 3 to the power of 5 is just equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that is 5 factors. That will result to 3 to the power of 9, that is 9 factors. If we're going to look at the exponent, we have already derived the first product rule, that is the product of powers. How to get the product of powers? That is to multiply powers having the same base and add the exponents. If we have a to the power of m times a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. Let's have illustrative examples. Number 1. 4x squared times 3x to the power of 5. Number 2. Quantity of 7 m to the power of 7 times quantity of 8 m squared. If we have 4x squared times 3x to the power of 5, this is just equal to 4 times 3 and times x squared times x5. We are gonna regroup the numerical coefficient and also the variables that has an exponent. 4 times 3, that is 12, times, because x to the power of 2 and x to the power of 5 has the same base, and that is x. So from the product of powers, we are going to add the exponent, that is 2 plus 5. That's why it will become 12 times x to the power of 7. If we have 7 m to the power of 7 times 8m to the power of 2, this is just equal to, we can regroup the numerical coefficient, which is 7, 8, and also m to the power of 2 times m to the power of 7. 7 times 8 is just equal to 56 times m to the power of 2 plus 7, because they have the same base, and that is m. So 56 is just equal to, 56 times m to the power of 9, because we add the 2 and 7. So the final answer is 56m to the power of 9. If we are given x to the power of 2 to the power of 3, we can multiply the base by itself 3 times, that is x squared times x squared times x squared. Because they have the same base, that is x, we can write this one as x to the power of 2 plus 2 plus 2. Then x to the power of 6. If we're going to look at the left side, we can distribute the exponent to the inside term. That will result to x to the power of 2 times 3 and x to the power of 6 in the right side. Then we can have the second rule, that is power of a power. To find the power of a base, keep the base and multiply the exponent. That is, a to the power of m raised to the power of n is just equal to a to the power of m times n. Let's have an illustrative examples. Number 1. Quantity b to the power of 6 raised to the power of 2. And number 2, that is quantity of y squared to the power of 3 times y to the power of 4. To find the power of an expression, keep the base and multiply the exponent. Let's have b to the power of 6 quantity to the power of 2 is just equal to b, we multiply, we keep the base that is b, and we multiply the exponent that is 6 and 2. So b is just equal to b, and 6 times 2 is just equal to 12. So the final answer is b to the power of 12. If we have an expression like this, y to the power of 2 times to the power y to the power of 2 quantity to the power of 3 times y to the power of 4. We keep the base and multiply the exponent. That's why it will become y to the power of 2 times 3 times y to the power of 4. Because they have the same base, that is y, so the law of product of powers, we add the exponent. So that is y to the power of 6 times y to the power of 4. This is equal to y to the power of 6 plus 4. And that will become y to the power of 10.
Let's have another expression, that is 3x squared to the power of 3. We can multiply the base, that is 3x squared, by 3 times, because the exponent outside is 3. That is 3x squared times 3x squared times 3x squared. That will result to 3 times 3 times 3. That is, by associative property, we can group the numerical coefficient and the variables. That is 3 times 3 times 3 times x squared times x squared times x squared. Then, because they have the same base, and we know that 3 has an exponent of 1, so we can add the exponent 3 to the power of 1 plus 1 plus 1 times x to the power of 2 plus 2 plus 2. This will result to 3 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 6. And that is 27x to the power of 6. Now, if you're going to look at the left side, we can distribute the exponent 3 to the power of 3 and x to the power of 2 times 3. Then, the result will be 27x to the power of 6. The left and the right side is just the same. Now, the last rule is the power of a product. Now, to find a power of a product, find the power of each factor and then multiply. So, if we have ab to the power of m, we can find the power of each factor. We distribute the exponent m to each factor. That is a to the power of m, b to the power of m. Let's have an illustrative examples. 1, that is quantity of 5b squared to the power of 2. Number 2, that is quantity of negative 3xy to the power of 3.
If we are asked to find the power of a product, we need to find first the power of each factor and then multiply. If we have 5b squared to the power of 2 is just equal to, we distribute the exponent 2 to each term, and it will become 5 to the power of 2 times b to the power of 2 times 2. Then, this will become 5 squared is just equal to 25, and b to the power of 2 times 2, that will become b to the power of 4. So the answer is 25b to the power of 4. If we have negative 3 times x times y, quantity to the power of 3, we distribute this 3 to each factor, and this will become negative 3 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 times y to the power of 3. This becomes negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, that is 27, negative 27. X to the power of 3 times y to the power of 3. So this is the final answer. Negative 27 x cubed.
Now you are already equipped with the knowledge of the product rules. You can answer this one. You can check your answers.